There it is, Jason Universe. This thing looks like a Fuggler right there.
Check this out, dude. This is the future of Universal Parks.
So I hope you're scared by my giant La Llorona.
On the side over here, they do have a Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign.
Okay guys, we're currently at Universal Studios Hollywood. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2025 update. Massive construction updates, new teasers that dropped, and guys, we are about to hit that tier. We are like a couple subscribers away from hitting the tier. If you didn't know, we're so close to kind of like dethroning the official HHN YouTube channel. Half of you guys currently are not subscribed who watch the videos. We have a little challenge now. If we hit 76,000, we're gonna have a reward to show you guys, 78,000, and then 80,000. So I own one of the largest HHN collections in the world. So I'm gonna reveal like a jaw-dropping artifact to you guys every single one of those tiers that we hit. Like your mind is gonna be blown. I promise it'll be worth the wait, but we got this. I think I've been to Universal Studios Hollywood more than I've been to any Walt Disney World park this year. I do wish they actually had plastic annual passes. They just have a paper one. Hi, good morning, Alfred. Are you ready for a spooky day, an HHN update day? I always love coming into guest relations because they always have props on display from Universal Films. So we got a license plate from the Fast and the Furious. We have a NOS tank there from Fast and Furious, and then they're gonna have Dominic Toretto's chain. Back here, they're gonna have a raptor egg Billy picks up to put in his backpack. We also have one of Jason Bourne's passports. It also looks like some more files from the Treadstone project. There's some concept art for the outfit from the Mummy film, and then also the key that is used in the 1999 Mummy film. We got some new stuff for How to Train Your Dragon, the drawing in Hiccup's little journal, a little model, and then also a look at how he designed his tail to work for Toothless, and then some of the flashcards right there. We come over here, look at this. We got the Hero hoverboard from Back to the Future Part 2 from Spike that's used. That's awesome. And then over here is gonna be the family photos from Back to the Future. So we can see Marty slowly disappearing. In this shot, his brother is gone, his sister is still there. And then there is the original photo. So I believe this was shot on site here at Universal. I think it's over by the Amblin buildings.
All right, first thing on the top in the studio store, pick up our annual pass holder magnet. All right, here it is. So they just scan your annual pass, a lot like Orlando. Gonna be the special Little Bride of Frankenstein Universal Studios Hollywood pass member magnet. Okay, we're in the main store. Let's see if they've added any new merchandise. Orlando's gotten a ton of merch. Have we not gotten anything new yet here in Hollywood? This is wild. What's going on? They still have a ton of the merch left from the Back to the Future 40th anniversary stuff that dropped a couple months ago. This is different than ours and what we got in Orlando. So you got Bruce right there, the Orca, and then if you look up here, they have the Amity Island welcomes you sign. There's Quint's house, the lighthouse, some barrels. So yeah, this looks totally different than what we got in Orlando for the Jaws display. On the back, at a lighthouse and Quint's house. So when HHN starts, they're gonna have the Slash vinyl album. You're gonna want to come to this gift shop right in the front of the park when HHN opens. So the Slash albums will be here, and then also they're normally in the Transformer store in the lower lot. So you'll come here, pick up the album, or if you get the signed one and you're very, very lucky, you'll be able to pick up here at the front register. That's how it worked last year, so I'm guessing that's how it's gonna work this year. Be prepared if you want that signed Slash album because they sell out completely within the first couple days. They got even more props over here from the live action How to Train Your Dragon film. Here's the Book of Dragons. This stuff looks like it's from Hiccup's workshop. And then this is a original costume worn by Hiccup. They still have the Jaws overlay up for this restaurant, the Amity Island Cafe, a friendly place to get a bite. They got lobster rolls, parfaits. They have a giant shark jaw up there. Let's see if they changed anything on the inside. Some miniature Jaws barrels back there. We got some photos from the film. The Orca dragging the barrel, the Jaws 50 poster. Then they have a photo of when the Orca sank. And then Bruce, his fin. We got our boy Bernie over here. We got to see how the construction's doing on Fast. What's the latest updates?
Check this out, dude. This is the future of Universal Parks. Oh no, I gotta be careful. Eagle, eagle, bird, bird. The birds are landed, flying like an eagle. Caw, caw. All right, check this out. Universal Hollywood, I feel like needs an icon, you know?
Yeah.
An iconic ride, the theatrical big thing. So I got it right here.
Oh my God. Okay, so we've gone past. Fast is finished, right?
Fast is done.
Now we're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Bernie's Ultimate Coaster. Is this the animatronic?
Yep, that's me riding on a horse.
I'm guessing they cut your Olive Garden design from Fast, so you're gonna add it to your own coaster.
I gotta put it somewhere. I'm a man of the people, you know? I'm trying to give the people what they want. I love the people. And also, I love Olive Garden. I just kind of want that for myself. So it's a selfish thing.
What's the ride vehicle?
Okay. So it's similar to the minecart ride for Donkey Kong, right?
Okay.
So it looks like it's hopping tracks and stuff. And also, this is the big reveal. You know, you got to have a really good over-the-top animatronic at the end. So it'll just be my majestic hair and me on the horse. And we're gonna sell these actually, like little stuffed Bernies on the horse.
Yeah.
Take it home with you. And this will be the new like Mickey ears, you know?
I'm digging it.
Or the mushroom ears, you know? It'll be a helmet with hair.
What's the horse? How does the horse fit into the story?
Oh, I love horses.
Are you a brony?
I might be a little bit of a horse guy, I guess. You know, people can be horse girls, people can be horse guys, you know?
Well, I'm excited to see if this happens or not.
I'm actually pitching later.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you can talk to the big man, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna try. I'll try to get this put into the Epic expansion.
You're gonna talk to Carl Lemley for me, huh?
Cabby's car has been removed, and we now have these over here. The staple of Epic. So they're gonna have available at City Snacks. You're gonna have the Dragonfire Chicken Spire, the classic mac and cheese, that's one of the goldfish, or the brisket mac and cheese. It's gonna be right over there. So over here, this is where Fallout is gonna be. So they have not installed the sign yet, but you'll enter into here, and this is where the Fallout house is gonna be. All right, so here it is. City Snack Shop. Let's get in line for the mac and cheese cone. I would say there's different ingredients. It's not the exact same as Epic.
Okay, here it is. Here's the mac and cheese cone. Feels drastically different. The ones in Epic, at least when I had it during previews, was really heavy. This is almost like lighter than a feather, so I'm interested to see how much actual mac and cheese is in here. Because like at Epic, you could like feed 2 people with one of these. So I got the Dragonfire Chicken Spire, spicy mac and cheese with herb chicken and green onions, served in a crunchy cone. Now the bread is honestly one of the best parts, so it looks decent. Oh, this is nothing like Epic. There's like nothing in it. There's not much in there. Chicken's tender, some good flavor to it. A little bit of kick of the heat. But one of my favorite things about the bread in Epic is like it's like this perfectly crunchy bread. This is a very soft bread. For Hollywood, it's good because Hollywood food is not good at all. So we'll see how it is by the time I get to the bottom of it. Okay, I finished all the mac and cheese. There's this much bread left. There's no mac and cheese in it. What is this? How dare you take the name of what is that Epic? There's nothing in it. I finished it after 2 bites. You're at $16. What's going on? Taste-wise, decent. Price-wise, and what it's supposed to be, I'm gonna do a 5 out of 10.
It's a Temu How to Train Your Dragon mac and cheese cone. Don't be fooled. We see the truss work that got set up there for the different lights. There's truss work going all around it. But the biggest news over here is Monstruos.
Okay, so my brother in horror, John Murdy, is gonna show you his La Llorona figure. And I need you to be scared by it, okay? Deal? Okay, he's coming. Hi. This is my giant La Llorona figure. We thought this would be scarier than a regular sized La Llorona because it's giant and it's designed so that it eats people. Not everybody, but just certain people that we cast to play the part of the girl who's being eaten by a giant La Llorona. And it's so scary that we have this big sheet, and at night when we leave, we cover the giant La Llorona because we don't want it to scare people that just might come in here without knowing there's a giant La Llorona here. So I hope you're scared by my giant La Llorona. Good job, John.
The walls from Monsters 3 came down. So over here you can see all the electrical has been set up along the tent. I'll say Hollywood does a really good job with their facades. If you look up here, speakers can be placed right there. And we have all these gravestones. Everything's been chained off. It's all rusty. There's like some little shoes back there. It just says Monstruos. But you have all the graves right there. There's all sorts of little trinkets. There's like a photo, a little bear. There's like a little puppet. Some more photos are up there. The first Monsters house was a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. And then they had Monsters 2. Just felt like a copy paste, the exact same layout. Nothing really changed. And then Orlando had Monsters 1. Didn't live up to the hype of Monsters 1 here. So now we have Monsters 3. So hopefully it's better than last year. So they have all the vine work and twig work going all over the building. And then right there's going to be the other speaker. Here's the Fast and the Furious coaster. This thing is massive. It is so big. The coaster goes down the entire side of the mountain. Looks like they put some Day of the Dead decorations up for the bar or restaurant that's going to be here. Oh my God, there's the graffiti. There it is. There's Tom's Charger. someone painted that. That says Fast and the Furious on the side of this massive brick building. We got some temporary lights that were added right here above the Luigi's Pizza for HHN. We got some lights that got added right there. Some lights right there on top of the building, and then some lights above the bathrooms. Now you see so many HHN updates on the studio tour. We have the sign right here. So it says, we are in the process of dressing our park for Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. Due to your visit, be aware that you may see graphic props and sets from horror movies. Now normally Hollywood, they just reuse the exact same prop over and over again, but just paint it differently. But here we have a new prop. This is wild. We very rarely get like new big props. Here's a giant hell bully. I guess like a hillbilly. The paintwork on it is terrifying. You got like his knees popping out. You got these nasty looking dogs down there. Some crusticles hanging off the nails. But it says, welcome to hell, hell bully. So they've not announced this being a scare zone. So is this just a part of Murder of Crows? But it looks like there's some little moonshine happening over there. But this guy looks gnarly. Look at him. And then over here, okay, yeah, they are making moonshine right there. They're using wood turpentine to help make the moonshine. And there's like an outhouse, it looks like. And it says, beware of hull bullies. There's a little teddy bear right there. But the teddy bear has, I think, a mullet on it. And we have another guy, look at him. He is so gnarly. Some warts and pustules. His eyes popping out. They're just really creepy. I'm interested to see how they're gonna light them during the nighttime. Down here, there's like an anvil. Washboard. They'll have a little lantern that'll illuminate. This got added, so I'm guessing characters are gonna be able to hide behind here. They've added the foliage right there on top of some camouflage. So these popped up right next to the giant hillbillies. They have handles on here. It almost looks like a hunting blind. This just might be here to help move it into place because they're on wheels. All right, here we go, 10-minute wait. The world famous studio tour in Fast and the Furious is now gone, so we no longer have to be tortured.
On our left, this is our roller coaster, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. It should be ready for use in 2026, and it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And on the right, we've got Fire Station 51. This here is a real fire station because we have our very own zip code in Universal City. We also have our very own and very real fire station. But Fire Station 51 is, in a way, one of the last real things that you're gonna see for a bit here today. Yeah. Because honestly, a lot of Hollywood is so fake. Hopefully today I can teach you all some really cool behind the scenes facts about filmmaking. We are definitely gonna see a lot of sound stages. We have 36 sound stages here on the lot. The first one we're gonna see to your left here is stage 12. This is our oldest stage. It was built in 1929. That's literally the same year that the word soundstage was coined. It once housed Dracula's castle and Frankenstein's lab. Here again, okay, I promise. She's been here a few times. And I know there's always at least one Swiftie on my trim. Now, right now we are in between the theme park and the movie studio. So on the right here, this is the back of Super Nintendo World, home to our friends Mario and Luigi from our smash hit film, The Super Mario Bros. Close all of the doors. They give us a great controlled environment that we can film in. Very first televised broadcast ever. And of course, we kept up with the times. We have our own streaming service now, Peacock, and Universal Television Productions is behind countless amazing TV shows. Inside of stages 11 and 1, we film our show Hacks. Hacks streams on Max. Right now you can stream season 4 starring Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder. Here on the right inside of 16 and 17, we film our show Loot. Loot streams on Apple TV and stars former SNL. It does take place in the same world as Dunder Mifflin, and you'll spot Oscar in it too. But today, what we're filming here to your left inside of these bungalows, these are real production offices where some of our top writers, producers, and Justin Bieber, Eminem, Lady Gaga, Pink, Britney Spears, even Michael Jackson. They've all filmed music videos to your right here. Now, can I tell you guys a secret about these buildings though? They're not real. I mean, physically they're there, but they're not real, full, complete buildings. These are what we call facades. And a facade means it's just the front and sometimes the side of a building, but when you go inside, there's nothing really going on in there, right? We just use these for outside or exterior scenes. These buildings were built with this really interesting technique called forced perspective. It means everything on the bottom floor is a little bigger, and it all slowly gets smaller and smaller as you go up. And this technique tricks your eyes so that when you see these buildings on camera, they appear much taller than they really are in real life. That's how this is able to portray big, major cities, right? This was, for example, Chicago and the Blues Brothers, modern-day Brooklyn and some episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Mindy Lahiri's neighborhood in the Mindy Project, London in a Fast and Furious film, downtown LA and some episodes of SWAT starring Shamar Moore. Our metro sets serve as like a blank canvas. It looks like a city, but then every production comes in and they decide which city, which time period, things like that. We use our metro sets as New York City so often that we kind of like to call it our concrete jungle of the lot. Feet, so it would be more comfortable to run down the streets. And I'm not telling you to Google Chris Evans' feet, but if you look up the behind the scenes making of that scene and you zoom in, you can see his foot shoes. They're very funny. Now on our right here, just past the Lion Estate signs, there's a weird little round beige building. Do you guys see it? This is an underwater tank. We can film actors swimming underwater in here. Sir Kramer took a dip in an episode of Seinfeld. Pretty cool, right? 22nd with coaches Michael Bublé, Snoop Dogg, Niall Horan, and Reba McEntire. And Reba McEntire also works just next door over here in Sound Stages 32 and 33, where she's been filming her show Happy's Place. Happy's Place returns to NBC for season 2 on November 7th. Is what we call our Hollywood Ocean. Sometimes we call it a lake, a creek, a river, a pond, whatever we need it to be. We can make it serve that purpose in any production, right? This body of water here was the Amazon in our 1954 monster movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. You guys know that this year marks the 50th anniversary of our blockbuster film, Jaws. Well, it sure does. And just up ahead is Amity Island. Oh, but don't worry about it. They got the shark. You remember, right, Bruce? You'll actually see him. Once we enter Amity Island, you'll see him on the right. Everything is A-okay. If y'all see George, be sure to say hi to him, okay? George is like truly one of the nicest people I have ever met. Certainly one of my best friends. So yeah, once again, don't worry about the shark. We're totally fine. Unless we hear spooky music start up, there's definitely no sharks in the water. Oh no. George? George, there's a shark. Swim away, George. What are you doing? George? George? George! Okay, he's a goner. A lot of fun to spook and scare an audience with a shark jumping out of the water, but we can also use practical.
You're going to show us the exact spot where you saw
so excited and
the mythical John.
Right up here on the left. This is my first time ever
Which
on
tree?
a movie studio lot.
I've never
during a
matched it up.
bathroom break.
You're all about filming locations, Adam. Come on.
When everybody left to get
John Murdy right there. John! So John tweeted out this. Last night was the first night of scare actor training / rehearsals. First up was something secret I've been working on for some time. Tonight, it's stilt training and lighting walks for Terrifier and Jason Universe. Can't wait to light up the Terrifier funhouse. I just need to know if we get to meet Hami Kumai, and John says this. We'll be testing him at Universal Studios Hollywood. He won't be out all the time, probably early part of the night by or in the animation store. Melissa asked this. When you go through the houses to check if they all work and everything is working, do you get the full water effects every time? Do you have a poncho? And John says, no poncho. Yeah, we've started to test that. Then John tweeted out, did Jason and Terrifier scene by scene last night. Really fun to see the funhouse lit up for Terrifier and to start dialing in a large Pepper's Ghost illusion for Jason. Tonight is audio mix for those same two houses, lighting in Monstruos 3 and Jason rehearsal. John says, off to do the audio mix for Terrifier. If you hear screaming, don't be alarmed. Someone says, what about moaning? John says, be alarmed. Just curious, when you do the element walkthroughs for Terrifier, do you dump the water on yourselves? John says, no, I haven't fired any of that up yet. Here's what else is on the docket for tonight. We're doing element walks for the Wide 6 and Monsters 3. That is scene by scene, going through every single element that's supposed to be in the house. Ending the night with Terrifier rehearsal. So John says this, Michael Aiello and I are on a secret mission today for the betterment of horror fans everywhere. We'll be in disguise and switching cars multiple times, so don't try to follow us. I believe they're probably talking with some movie studios to figure out which IP they're going to get locked in for HHN 2026. I think that's the rumor about what that little mission was.
Please remain seated. Please sit down. That is our flash flood, a practical effect established here back in 1968. flash flood on your screens right now in my childhood classic film, Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti. And Lady Gaga came here, and she used the flash flood for her music video for her song Judas. Now Lady Gaga, she like really stood there and let all that water take her on. Paul Giamatti here, he is using a stunt double, but I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying two different facts about two different people who did the same thing, but in two different ways. Watch any vehicle you see on your screen, and these on your left are some of our biggest car stars. Everyone just remain calm, trying to avoid eye contact. I hope he just doesn't even notice us. What's that? That's a knife! That's a knife! Drive, Evelyn! Evelyn, drive faster! He's gonna get us! Is everyone okay? I am so sorry, that was so unprofessional. He's never done that before. We've now entered the crash site from Steven Spielberg's 2005 film, War of the Worlds.
Now, Mr. Close your eyes, okay? Now I'm closed. Bobby, get in.
It's Ariana Grande herself walking through the same crash site here. It was seen recently in an episode of Hacks. It was used in an episode of NBC's Community, a sketch by Key and Peele. When it's not being used to represent a set in a production, it's used to train search and rescue dogs because it looks so real. It's a great place for them to train. Now we saw something from icon Hitchcock and then icon Spielberg, and now we are moving on to something from someone who I think is becoming an icon himself, and that is Jordan Peele. He's known for his films Get Out, Us, and Nope. These are the real-life...
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible...
The end of the world-famous Universal Studio Tour. For over 110 years, Universal has been thrilling audiences around the globe.
Okay, so you guys just saw the Terrifier facade, but Damien tweeted out this: the Terrifier house is truly a sight to behold. Still pinching ourselves. Are you ready to be absolutely terrified and ... drenched? And we can also see the art was here. I believe this is the poop wall.
First opened the doors to Universal City in 1915, he wanted to open up the world of movie making to everyone. And again, you'd be like, wow, that tour guide Mariana is always so much fun. Aw, thank you. It's so nice of you in the future.
Tram, great as always. It's different every single time. Every tram driver gives a different spiel, a different flavor to the tram tour. But we get to see some of the construction updates, some of the lighting. They still kind of have a long way to go. Over here is gonna be the Scarecrow Maze. You can get a look at the facade. Still got some work to do, but down here, there it is, Jason Universe. That's what we're going to be heading into in just a couple weeks. They got posters up for the Black Phone 2 right there, and even scarier, DreamWorks, Gabby's Dollhouse. So we're on the lower lot now. Slash Bar will be up there. All right, so we got some lights set up there, some lights set up there, and then over here is gonna be the Jason Universe Barbecue. Jason Universe Barbecue, we got Jason's mask right there. This is where you'll pick up the food. Looks like a little cabin, but over here is going to be the activity board, so there's a bunch of different stuff. So we have Angry Orchard. I'm guessing they'll have the collab that's going to be with Jason Universe. Then we have Take a Hike, Camp Crystal Lake Canoeing, Embrace the Blissful Outdoors, and then sign up today. Here's the s'mores. Come sit by the campfire and enjoy some sweet s'mores. It was very popular with the mini puff last year, so it's like that, but with Jason's mask and some blood. We got a missing person right there, a lost dog, and then we got archery. Aim to stop by on Friday the 13th. Now I will say Orlando's team did not do this, but it looks very, very similar to something related to Mr. Tape. Then over here they have a bigger look at the s'mores right there. Come sit by the campfire and enjoy some sweet s'mores. Some more lights above Studio Scoop. They always have a specialty HHN treat here. On the side over here, they do have a welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign. It's closed. You can walk around the side of it. I don't see anything inside the tent, but here's a look at the facade for the Jason Universe food booth. And then we got the twig work, we got the vine work, all the fun stuff. All right, we've now made it up here. So there's one more scare zone we gotta go over. There's a bunch of props that were set up. So this is gonna be like that witch scare zone. Painted flames of a crown have been placed. Look at this witch drinking blood. Oh, it looks like a tarot card. They've set up the lights, the sandbags to hold that in place. See what's around the corner. All right, here we can see the cords have been set up, and the cords are going all the way back to right there, and then they're going all the way up. They have a cart here, a wagon here, and then another cart. So normally in these two, I believe they have those talking animatronic skeletons. Yeah, you can see inside. They have these like every year. There's a skeleton kind of animatronic in there that'll just talk. It's like pre-recorded sayings, but they kind of switch it every year. The lights are down there. All the electrical is being run all the way back to that one little area. Yeah, the lights are all just kind of like run back here. It's not as organized as Orlando. It's kind of like placed there, but they have some time to fix it. Here's a scarecrow. It's like some sort of intestines right there, like a voodoo mask on. I believe these were reused from a scare zone a while ago. You can see the eye holes where the performer's eyes would be. They got the lights set up over here to shine on the wall. Let's see what the next little stage looks like. We have another witch. This one is holding a cane with a skull, a flower. So then on this side, we have a flower, a cat, then there's another flower and a different cat. So I'm sure we're gonna see different costumes of each one of these witches. And then over here's another one of those little like voodoo trees. Thing looks like a fuggler right there. Come over here, see what's going on. Yeah, we got two more of the giant scarecrows, so performers can hide there, pop out, scare some people. Let's see the next tarot card. On the side, there's painted swords. Here's the other witch. Here's the other witch. Looks like there's roses all around her. So you come over to the side, there's some roses right there, and then some roses right there. I guess over here with the flames will have some projections. Something's gonna be playing right there. Looks like a screen. Then there's another screen right here with the flames. I guess another projection will be happening there. It says Night of the Witches. And then we're gonna come over here, and then we have this like witch that looks like she's in charge of death. Terrifying design right there. There's a skull, like a scythe, like a Grim Reaper scythe on this side. I'm excited to see these witch designs. We got some scarecrows here, scarecrows there. Again, all the lighting, all the electrical is just kind of like run on the ground over here into the boxes, and then it just goes all along there, plugged into the building. They have a coffin cart, and then over here's another witch. This witch, there's like some vine work, and she's holding like a scroll. The moon is in the background. All right, this is the last piece to see in this entire scare zone. We have a witch holding some sort of wand, I guess, and then there's all these dead skeletons. For HHN, where we're here, we're gonna be here for multiple nights, so we're gonna do a deeper dive into each one of the scare zones one of the nights, explain the whole backstory behind each one of the witches, so you guys get the whole little rundown. But yeah, there's skulls in the wheat, and then a little glowing wand right there. It looks like a lollipop. You'll exit the Monstruos 3 house, and then you'll enter into the scare zone right here. This is not the cord quality setup that I'm used to. I'm used to everything being kind of zip tied, perfectly placed in different areas. Here it's just kind of like, you know, run all over. So you got lights up there, cords going down here, through the bushes, to right there, also to right there, and then into each one of these little boxes.
So we're heading to Universal CityWalk right now. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is being shown in the theater. I've never seen it on the big screen.
CityWalk popcorn for fans. They have a whole store now here just for all the popcorn buckets. So you walk in, yeah, it's all the collectible popcorn buckets that you can pick up. Then you pick up some sodas. I like the design. You got Woody there on the Glamour Tram and Bruce. Slice House is still not open yet. I'm waiting to try this pizza. Johnny Rockets is completely gone. There's a barbecue restaurant coming. We're gonna pop into NBC Sports Grill. Try the new annual pass holder offering.
We got the annual pass holder exclusive sandwich, chicken parm sandwich. You got chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks on top, Texas toast. Chicken parm sandwich. Was not a fan of it. I'm gonna do like a 6 out of 10. I would not waste your time on it.
The Canes is still under construction.
All right, we're heading to one of my favorite theaters, the Universal Cinema AMC here at CityWalk. They have all the costumes for Nobody 2 right now, the Bob Odenkirk action movie. First one was actually really good, so I'm excited to see the second one. But when you come into this AMC, they have all these different costumes everywhere you look. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but all the costumes are from Nobody 2 right now. Let's see if there's anything else. You got Steve Carell's costume from 40-Year-Old Virgin, Ben Stiller's pajamas from Meet the Parents. Then they have 3 costumes from the movie Honey Don't. All right, we're upstairs now. I think it's all the Apollo 13 stuff. It's all the costumes from Apollo 13. It's the 30th anniversary. So we're gonna have that outfit that Tom Hanks wears. Then over here, we have another outfit that Tom Hanks wears. Great film if you've never seen it. Here's another one of the astronaut packs for Apollo 13. For the Jaws 50th, they are having it in IMAX starting August 29th. We got some more stuff. Bill Paxton's baseball cap, Tom Hanks's spacesuit helmets. Got some plastic frozen hot dogs, and then Kevin Bacon's baseball cap. Then over here we have Bill Paxton's outfit, and then the last little prop is going to be Kevin Bacon's outfit right over here. So yeah, you can just come in here if you're seeing a movie and see all sorts of props. They rotate it pretty constantly, so you never know what you're going to see. Okay guys, we are back in the hotel. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the big screen, insane, so good. We have more HHN updates coming. The Horror Unleashed video, I'm slowly editing. This is a more time sensitive video, so that's why this came out first, but the Horror Unleashed video I'm going to try to get out next, so you guys can see what happened on opening day and all that madness. But big news, Universal did finally release the Poltergeist teaser trailer. They announced Poltergeist a couple weeks ago, but they never released the teaser trailer, but now there's finally a teaser trailer, so let's show that off real quick.
To watch at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, featuring Poltergeist and more.
Before we know it, HHN will be open. I will be flying home soon. We're going to Oogie Boogie Bash, and then I'm flying home the next day. So then we have the more kind of Universal Orlando construction updates, because so much has happened while I've been gone. But on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
We love the family.
Perfect. Because then we keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
I love Olive Garden. I just kind of want that for myself.
This is my giant figure.